Okay, here we go. Okay, going over the skeletal system. Let's see, oops. I pressed all kind of buttons. Wrong one. Wrong one. Female. What did I do here? Oh, male. Okay. And skeletal system. Oh, skeletal. No, 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 no. Skeletal system. Here we go. All right. We went over the skull, teeth, jaw, all of this stuff. Hyoid bone. Over the discs, over the collarbone or clavicles. Went over the rib cage, all this stuff here. Do 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 do. Bump bump bump. Okay, and we went over. Turn this around. We went over these shoulder blades here, scapula, and I think we started talking about the bones in the hands and the arms. We went over all those bones already.
We finished the ones in the. Wait, let me. Oh yeah.
The wrists, the hands. We did all that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll get rid of these bones here. And let's see, this radial bone. We went over the radial bone and the forearm bones, basically. Okay. Okay. Wiring it down, guys. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this part of the spine also because we talked about that already. Okay, so let's talk about the hip bones. Okay, let's talk about the hip bones. All right, we have the hip bone here. Okay, this is the right hip bone. Let me turn it around so the skeleton is facing us. So this is the right hip bone over here, the right of the skeleton, our left, okay? And it unfolds, it looks like, to two different parts, okay? So we have, looks like three different parts that make up the hip bone. Okay, let's put it back together for a second. All right, it looks like one solid piece, but how bones form, and you can see this easier in the skull. So let me turn it back on real quick. See it easier in the skull here. All right, you see these lines here? Okay, because that shows how bones kind of form. They kind of fuse together. When you're a baby, or more like an unborn baby, these bones kind of form individually. This part here, that part there, that part there. You see all the lines there, and then they just kind of fuse together. And if you take somebody's skull off, even an adult skull, you can still see kind of the lines where they kind of been sewed together by nature. See that? In the hip bone, just like all the other bones, that's kind of how your bones form. They form in individual pieces, and then they kind of start fusing together for most of them. Okay? And the hip bone is no exception. Just erase all this stuff here. Gone, gone, gone. Okay. Yep, hip bone is fine. Oops. Ooh, how do I undo that without undoing everything? Let's just. I should have did that. Sorry, guys. It's been a while since I had to erase so much stuff all at once. Just shoot it. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right. Hip bone. All right. You can just hip bone is just fine. So here's the hip bone. Let me make it bigger. There's no Latin pronunciation for hip bone. Okay. Hip bone is just fine. Here's kind of what it looks like. I'll put it straight because it's at an angle. So if a person is facing us, see this here, Okay, the person is facing us. This is kind of how it looks straight on.
Have our own company that offers HR, finance, and something else.
Draw them in pieces.
Hmm?
Like, I guess
No, but you can label them in pieces. So after you finish your drawing, let me know, and then I'll unfold it, and we'll talk about the individual pieces. Okay?
don't worry, I said, just in case you realize that this is temporary and you have a bigger goal, make sure you speak up, but you know, don't. What is it? She want to show me the 29th. Why would you want to train someone on the busiest payment day of the week?
You done, Mo?
Yeah, oh, I said
Oh,
it was
oh, Aaron, done? Okay. All right, now let me take them
The girl
apart.
that I asked about it.
Make it smaller. Let's take it apart. All right, individually you have this part of the hip bone, a part of the hip bone located cranially from the actabellum, a flat shovel-like bone which consists of a body of the hip bone, B, a wing of the hip bone,
How do you say
wing here,
wait,
wing, the wing. You see where I'm reading here? Where was I? B, wing of the hip bone. The wing of the hip bone carries the crest of the hip bone, or crista. Cresta. Lower edge of the hip bone, palpable anterior, inferior, iliac spine. All right, wait.
okay.
And then C, I think there's a C involved here somewhere. A, B, and C. Where was it?
when you don't eat meat, Tiffany, do you still eat eggs?
These. I don't see a C here, but that's fine. Okay, so it's made up of one solid piece
Some vegetarians won't eat eggs.
of bone here. Okay, it's located. You can feel this part of your hip bone, the crest part. You can feel it on the side of your body here.
I feel it.
You feel it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This hip bone, yeah, this hip bone goes down between your legs, where your genitals are. Okay, and it helps connect the spine and your legs together. Okay, and it holds a certain level of protection around your genitals and your colon. Okay, because bones offer a certain degree of protection from injury for softer tissues and organs inside of your body.
Oh wait, some vegetarians
Okay,
don't. Is that
if somebody breaks their hip bone, the doctors usually have a specific treatment depending on which part of the hip bone you may break. This part here, connected on the bottom, see that?
Alright. What is that?
It's here.
okay?
It's ischium.
Can I see it, please?
Yeah, the ischium. Oops,
Daddy!
wasn't me.
Oh my god.
Wasn't me. All right, ischium. Let's not get distracted, Aaron. Okay?
She left.
Ischium. Let's just wand it. Wand it. Wand it. Yeah, yeah. Wand it. Wand it. Wand it. There we go. Okay.
Aaron was like, dinner,
There we go. All right. All right, let me unfold it. And here we go. All right, so it stretches backwards from the actabellum and consists of two parts. A, the body, and then B, the arm. Okay? So this is considered the body here, and then this is what they mean by the arm.
Wait, let me see it again.
Now you don't have to draw this individually because it's part of your drawing of your total hip bone, but label it. Ischium. Okay? Pubis bone.
Your cousin?
Pubis bone.
Rasan.
Okay? This is the pubis bone. Yeah.
Is that the Latin?
No, well, yes, it's the, but there's no English version, so we just use the original Latin.
He needed what?
Pubis bone. The name might sound familiar because it refers to the pubic area of your body, where once you mature into puberty, Okay, your pubis area starts to grow hair. It becomes, able to produce kids for a woman and able to aid in the process of making kids for guys. Your pubic area is where the term pubis relates to. Okay, this is your pubis bone. So if a person breaks their hip, a doctor has different treatments for which part of the hip might be broken because they heal differently. Okay, so did they break their pubis bone? Did they break their ischium? Or did they break their main hip bone? Or some combination of all three? Got it? Okay.
Wait, I only have two. What was the second one?
So you have your hip bone, just your hip bone, okay, which doesn't have a separate name for the top of it, just the hip bone, because it's the part that we most closely associate with the hip. The part you can feel on the outside of your body. Most people can feel it on the outside of the body by touching it. Okay? That's the hip bone. But attached to the hip bone, which is a part of it, are the other two parts here.
And that is
The ischium and the pubis. And they're calling this pubis. Ischium is here. You see it? Okay? You got it? You got it? Okay. We'll put this back together. And put that back in there. All right, everybody ready to move on?
yeah.
Okay. Let's get rid of these hip bones. All right, this is a cartilage, not a bone, so we won't spend much time talking about cartilage. We're going to save that for a different discussion. Okay. This is the sacrum. Okay. The sacrum, often referred to as the butt bone, along with this part here, the coccyx.
I can feel it.
Okay, often referred to as the butt bone. Butt bone.
Why did you say that with so much passion?
Who knows? Who knows, Mo? I'm a strange guy.
Daddy?
Yeah. How can I help you? Yeah, I am weird. Deal with it. I'm your dad. So I'll embarrass you for the rest of your life. You're welcome. All right. It consists of 5 fused sacral vertebrae, this section here. Is it big enough for you guys to draw?
Yeah.
Is this a good angle?
Yeah. Okay.
Is you want me to turn it some kind of way, Aaron?
Yeah, like that.
Like this?
No, up. No, up. No, down. Like that.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. You have the coccyx here.
Do we draw that?
Also, yes, attached to it on the back side of it. The coccyx is very small. Yeah. Okay. So let me blow it up again so guys can see it clearly. Got it? Got it? Got the coccyx?
Oh, no, I don't have it.
Okay.
Wait, now let me put the name. What's the name of the big one?
All right, here we go. See it?
Yeah.
Then attached on the end of it is the coccyx. There it is. See it?
Do I have better handwriting than Brandon, Daddy?
I can't remember. I haven't seen Brandon's handwriting in a long time.
I got it.
Okay. All right. So these are those 2 bones here. All right. And we'll go into detail of those and how they function another day. Let's move on to introducing other bones here. Okay, here is the femur bone. The bone, the most iconic bone of the body probably, other than the skull, is the femur. When you see a cartoon of a dog chewing a bone, they're chewing the femur bone. Okay, they're chewing some form of the femur bone. It's the stereotypical shape of what people think of when they think of bones, especially in the forms of bones represented in fiction, on movies and TV shows and posters and everywhere. Okay, it's the femur bone.
It's part of your leg.
It's part of your leg. It's part of your thigh, actually. So this upper part of your leg here is your femur bone.
So like when they both hit the leg, it either could be a part of the femur,
Mm-hmm.
the left finger, or the right finger.
Yep, or the shin, or the. We'll talk about the other bones in a minute here. But yeah, if they broke their leg, their upper leg, they're broken their femur bone.
You don't even got the one in.
Okay, this is the largest bone in the body, the femur bone.
Well, let me draw it again the longer. I draw the kind of short.
Okay. Unlike movie theaters or movies or cartoons, the femur bone is not symmetrical, meaning it's not the exact same shape on both sides. Okay, this part actually goes into a socket in the hip. Okay, and it helps it move around in the socket of the hip. Helps your leg do, the jiggy and the dougie and, whatever dances you guys do these days. It is the largest and most massive bone of the body. It consists of 4 main parts: the head, neck, body, and 2 femoral condyles. Huh?
Up there it said the corpus by C body, by body.
Oh, the corpus, right? Yeah, the corpus, which is what language?
Latin.
Yes, Latin for body. Right? You guys have the femur? Done? Okay. Femur, bye-bye. All right. We're going to we're wrapping through these introduction of the skeletal system so we can get to other systems. All right. Let's move this up some. All right. Now here we have the pedula. Okay, you can feel this kind of cap on your knee if you rub it here on the front. Feel it?
Wait.
Right on your knee. Yeah, the little ball here. You feel that?
That ball.
Yeah.
That ball's that.
Yeah, that's what this is. Yep.
Bow?
Yeah. Now you have to understand, kids, this is the general look of what these bones are. Every shape is slightly different depending on the person's body. Okay, so nobody has exactly the same shaped bones, but because we're all of the human species, they're about the same. Okay,
Got it.
it is a round bone wrapped in the tendon of the quadricep muscles of the femur. Got it? Got its name?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye, patella.
Ooh, wrapping boobies.
All right, let's get to this bone here. The tibia. The tibia, also known as the shin bone. You can feel this quite easily on the front lower part of your leg. All the rest of that stuff you feel isn't the bone. This is about the same size as the bone. Everything else you feel are the muscles and the fat and the skin and the ligaments and veins and stuff. That's what you feel that makes up the majority of what you're touching on your leg. But right in the front is this rather thin bone compared to the rest of your leg, the tibia.
Got it.
Got it? Okay.
Brandon ate the
Off we
last
go with the tibia. This is the fibula.
God, that's small.
The fibula.
Oh,
Fibula. Fibula. Fibula isn't a bone I don't believe you can easily feel, because usually it's wrapped within the muscle and fat of your leg here. but it is a thin bone that's easily breakable. Easily breakable. If you apply enough force to a person's leg playing too rough, or a person jumps off of a bike or gets into a car accident or something, the fibula breaks relatively easy compared to other bones in your leg. Got it? Okay. Bye-bye, fibula. Okay, let's talk about the feet bones. Before we get into the details of these feet bones, okay, notice that they look very similar to the hands. Okay, very similar to the hands, which is in part responsible for the theory of evolution that humans evolved from ape-like creatures or apes themselves. Okay, because similar to apes and ape-like creatures, our hands and our feet look like at one point we were used for the same purpose.
Trav,
Yeah.
sorry. What are we having for lunch today? You and I. What did you decide?
Oh, I didn't think of anything yet. I was going to figure something out.
Okay. What time are we eating?
One, same time
At
as
one?
yeah,
Then I'll just wait.
same time as the lunch break. Yeah. So this is the foot bone. I mean, this is the foot. I think I can dissect it. Can I? Maybe, maybe not. Okay. Let's see. Oh, things were not acting right today. Ah, yeah, here we go. Okay. This bone is made up of a lot of different bones, including some that are very, very tiny. See that there?
Yeah.
How tiny those bones are. Okay, those are individual bones there. All right, that's the intermediate phalanges of the foot. Has its own name there. This is the distal phalanges of the foot. So let's go over each part starting from smallest to biggest here. Okay. So we have these tiny bones, and if we reassemble them, you can see where they go. Pay close attention here. Okay. See that?
Yeah.
They're the tips of your toes here. Now these bones aren't bones you can easily feel because around these bones are your toes, what you see on the outside as your toes. You have your toenail, you have the muscles that surround the bones, you have the fat tissue, you have veins and other blood vessels here. You have nerves, things like that. Okay, all that's surrounding your toes, so you can't easily feel these toes from the these toe bones from the outside, all parts of them at least, but you can feel some of them. Like the knuckle parts of your bones, when you bend your toes, if you feel hard enough, you can kind of start to feel around where that bone is. You're still not touching the bone because you have muscles and stuff around it, but you can start feeling the hardness of it.
Yeah.
Okay, underneath there.
Sometimes I get the vein and the bone mixed up.
Mhm.
Like when you pinch your feet, but really hard, you can feel this thing. Is that a vein or a bone?
Well, veins are harder to feel, so you're more than likely not feeling a vein. Okay, you're either feeling a tendon or a bone or a muscle, possibly a ligament, depending on what part of the body you're talking about feeling. When it comes to the foot specifically, if you bend your toes back, you see a long line there, especially by your big toe. That's not your bone.
What is that? Muscle?
That's a tendon. That's the thing that is your body's using kind of like a string to pull your toe back. So your brain is telling your body to pull on that string when you want to pull your toe back. Okay, essentially that's what that is. And we'll talk about that when we get to the muscular system. We'll talk about tendons and how all that stuff works to help your body move. Okay? But your bones are underneath there, and they're, for as far as your foot is concerned, they're harder to feel than some of the other bones, with a few exceptions. So you can feel around some of the knuckles. You can feel the what's called the ankle bone. You can feel that because it's not much muscle around the ankle bone, so you can feel that a lot easier. Okay, down by your foot. feel the ankle bone? Okay. All right. Your ankle bone is actually part of the bottom of your femur, but you can also feel some bones in your foot. If you press hard enough, you can feel some of them, but mostly what you're feeling are the muscles on top of the bone. But think of it like, oh, this thing got mixed up. Okay. Think of it like,
Like,
hold on, guys.
the guts.
Okay. Think of it like having a baseball in a bag, and then you kind of put some cushion around that baseball in the bag. But if you press on that bag hard enough, you can still kind of feel the ball in there. Okay, you're not directly touching the ball, but you can feel the shape of the ball. You can feel how big it is. Okay, that's how it kind of feels to feel on your foot for the bones. Okay, you're not really touching the bones, you're touching the bag, and then underneath the bag is the cushion. But if you squeeze hard enough, you can start to feel the outside of the ball. Okay,
Well, that feels weird. Yeah.
let's pull this foot out again. All right, so we have these small bones, which are called the distal phalanges.
The distal what?
Distal phalanges. You got that? The little tippy ones, the tippy toppy ones. Yep. I said it and I'm not apologizing. And then you have the intermediate phalanges, which are behind, slightly behind those, slightly bigger on average. Got those? Okay. It'll be easier if you guys draw the foot and then draw little labels highlighting them, kind of how they kind of pop out when let me put this back together. Kind of how they pop out like this. See how they have a line there and then an underline for the name of it.
Okay. So what is the second bigger bone called?
The intermediate phalanges. Intermediate phalanges. Okay.
5, right?
Huh? Yeah. They're okay. So they're associated with your toes, buddy. So if we look here, this is what we're talking about when we put them together, so you can see them a little clearer. Here's your big toe here. Here's your little toe here. Okay. All right. So we're just talking about parts of the foot, and right now specifically parts of the foot that we associate with the ends of them, which are our toes. Okay. Inside our foot, our fingers, our hands, our feet are more like our fingers are. Okay. Your toes stop about here. So this part of the foot in front is where your toes are. This part of your foot is kind of where the fat part of the foot is, all this part. But underneath your foot, this mass here, kind of similar to how your hand works. Okay, let's bring the hand out. Kind of similar to how your hand works. Okay. Just like we have our palm of our hand here. But underneath our hand is not one big massive bone. It's still very long fingers all the way down to your wrist. Your finger goes all the way down to your wrist. Okay? The part that we associate with our palm is just a big mass of essentially meat. Just skin and fat and muscles and veins and nerves that kind of all sit together and kind of force our long fingers to kind of not be able to stretch out all the way. Okay? It just kind of locks them in place, which makes it very useful for picking up things in a lot of ways. But underneath our hand, underneath our palm, we don't have a massive center of bones here. We have a very long bone that goes all the way down to the wrist for every finger. Our foot is the same way. Okay? So what we associate with our toes stops right about here. Okay, I'm guesstimating. Okay, but our toes, if we want to call them that, actually goes all the way into the foot. All the way into the foot, just like our fingers. So the main part of our foot here, oops, me and my glitches today. Main part of your foot here, okay, is actually a long toe that goes all the way into your foot. All the way in. Okay. So on my physical example, Aaron,
Yeah.
of my foot. Okay. All right. So let's dissect this again. Yeah, that's right. That's why they call me Bigfoot.
No.
Phalanges. These are just called the phalanges.
The longer part, the third part?
The third part, right here. Okay. And again, putting it back together, we're talking about these bones right here. You guys got those? Need more time? Okay.
I just don't understand.
Got it?
Got it.
Metatarsal bones are the names for these bones. Metatarsal bones. They form the middle part of the lower extremity and are followed by phalanges of the digits of the foot.
Got it.
Got it? Okay. And then we have these kind of circular bones, and we'll go through these individually. Okay. So let me put the foot back together so you guys can get a sense of what we're talking about here. Okay. Now we're talking about further to the near the foot area. We're talking about this part of our foot here. If you can see my example, IRL. So that part of the foot there. Okay. All right. So we have these bones here.
Wait, where?
This is the largest cuneiform bone.
Are you dreaming?
Okay.
This one is called the smallest cuneiform bone. And if we're associating these with toes, this is the one associated with, if you follow down the pathway, your big toe.
Question.
Yeah.
Do you want us to write all of the bone names, each one of the small ones?
Yeah, write all of these bone names. Now, what you can do, guys, is next to your picture of your bones, you can just write a list if you want to. Okay, and just say parts, small bone parts. Okay, and you can just write a list if you want to. That can be easier.
Okay, can you go back to all the names? The small
Sure. So the smallest ones,
Okay.
the distal phalanges.
Wait, okay, hold on.
You see it here on the screen.
So the distal phallus.
Phalanges.
I can't believe Adrian's not walking around talking right now. Where his phone? He tried to come over and talk to me. You were like on your phone, and I will be all day. So don't even try it.
Got it.
All right.
Oh, I already have it.
All right. Then you got you got the intermediate phalanges. Sorry, this one. Intermediate phalanges.
Wait, that was what?
This is the intermediate. This is the slightly bigger ones. Intermediate phalanges.
Let me see it. No, not that.
Oh, the word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause what's coming, Mom?
Super easy.
Got it.
All right. Then you have phalanges. Okay. Then you have metatarsal bones. Got it? Okay. And then we have these large cuneiform bones. The large cuneiform bone, the outer one. Then it's a smallest cuneiform bone, followed by intermediate cuneiform bone.
I love cuneiform bones. Okay.
Oh shoot.
Let me see the large cuneiform bone again.
This is the largest cuneiform bone. And again, kids, these are approximate shapes. Everybody's shape of their bones is about the same, but not exactly.
Let me see.
Which one? The smallest? Huh?
Yeah, smaller.
Smallest. All right, I'll make it bigger.
Not that small anymore.
Not that small. And you call yourself the smallest.
Yeah.
And then you have then you have, Ma, I need you to focus. Then you have the intermediate cuneiform bone.
Got it.
Got it, Mo?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. And then you have what's called the cuboid bone. For similarities to a cube-like shape.
Got it.
Got it? Okay. You have the scaphoid bone. Which is Monet's favorite bone. Basically. Her favorite. She'll deny it, but she knows it is. See? I told you she'll deny it. Scaphoid bone. You guys got that?
Yeah.
Mo?
Yeah.
Okay. The talus.
Hey, over here, I like to know. Over here, I like to know.
Talus. Bring it out here.
Got it.
Got it? And then the back of the foot, bottom of the foot, the heel bone.
That helps you heal again?
Huh?
That helps you heal again?
It's hard for me to hear you over the dogs, buddy. What you say?
That helps you heal, I'm guessing?
It helps you. No, it's the heel bone. It is your heel.
Oh.
H-E-E-L, not H-E-A-L. It's your heel bone.
Okay, I got it.
Got it?
Got it.
All right, that's the whole bone, guys. That's the whole skeletal system. We finished it today. Look at us. All right, let's do a little in-class quiz. What time is it? Anybody got the time?
Mommy?
Almost lunch.
I got it.
It is 12:34.
12:34. Okay, that's way later than I thought it was.
Did you play around with the body?
Huh?
Did you play around with the body?
Actually, sure, guys.
Me first. accidentally got on.
Sure, go for it, man.
Okay.
There we go.
Yum, 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 yum.
Go sit up front next to your brother. You can help him play around with it, and then you guys can switch.
Okay.
Wee. Oh, I thought I was in the ant mode.
We're gonna pick out lunch for me and mommy. Put you guys lunch together.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm gonna go ant mode, should I? Oh wait, no, test, right?
Oh, wow, I really don't give a fuck. Okay.
I am a superhero. I am flying. I am a superhero. I am flying. My name is Mr. Skullman. I go into your skull.
You that skull. Ah.
Let me turn on the mask. Wait. Yay. I'm Gutman. I'm gonna punch you in your guts. Literally.
Oh, what is the lips? Look at the lips.
Oh.
They're so thin.
Like a piece of turkey. Where's the brain? I have to put the brain in. She gave me brain and abracadabra. Let me put her. What is she doing? I wanna hide you and you. And you too, you too, you too, you. I like your teeth, they white. Psych, no, it's like. I wanna go down here and give Sloppy. Wait. Sloppy.
When they go let the dogs in.
Oh, yes, Mom.
That throat looking a little dry. Let me moist it up. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, there's the lungs. I'm gonna give you lungs. She gave me lungs.
Oh, did you see how excited she was to see me, Mom? They're all excited to see you. They just want to use you to get them out.
No. Wait, what are those? What's that sticks in?
Those are the 6 that other puppies didn't want for them to chew on cheese sticks, basically.
Oh, are they good?
I don't know. I didn't eat them. They seem to like them.
I'm gonna pump your heart. Well, look. No, watch. I can go in the tube, keep going down, and I'm out the tube. Let's go. And now the blue tube. Time to do my test.
See, we're not aggressive just because we're black. They're white. They're white on the outside, black on the inside.
Oh my god, I can tell this is dust. You're so big.
Renee, come help me with this test.
You can?
Because they're all big now.
Some old. You can fire them up?
Mo, come help me with this test. Oh, wait. I'm doing good, baby. Where does this joint go? Go right there. This.
It's basically telling you.
Hold on, where does this go? What that? Let me turn it around. Rotate. Where? Okay. I'll just save that for last. And whatever glowing. Bro. The camera good? Melee, stop walking in front of the camera. First, you're messing me up. Okay.
How are you, baby? Oh, what? Yeah, are you talking? Sorry, you talking to me? I got an earpiece in. What'd you say? What did you say? I didn't hear you because I had my earpiece in. I was walking away. Did you say something else? No, I just said, all I said was, just make sure before you make it to double check like that.
Where are the rest of the green points?
Just like how we ready. I said just check. Just like how we ready.
No, 2 seconds left. I mean, a few seconds left.
2 minutes.
Where does? Oh, yes, I won. Oh, put that back. Wait, no. Easy brain. This part. Wait. We just learned about this part. This goes like there. Wait, no. Here. Wait, where did that big part go? That big part goes there. You said what? What did? Wait, these go on the foot. I thought they were on the hand. Let me put you up. Too easy. Like, give me hard stuff. This is gonna be too easy, like always. What? Another too easy? Get down while you're up there. You go. You go.
Hey, you want a peanut butter and honey sandwich?
Filling, because we didn't do breakfast. Like something good and filling. You know how like you need filling? Something filling.
Well, that's
That's
okay.
not filling.
Okay, what about the lentils and maize beans? I can look up online recipe to make those lentil and maize beans and some beans.
Making a meal with the lentils,
Yeah, making
not
a
just lentils.
Not just lentils,
Oh,
but
yeah,
other
you know,
things with
Like
lentils.
a bowl, that has like lentils and sweet potatoes and all that stuff in it.
Well, I'll find a dish online, but is that something you would want? A lentil type deal? A lentil type dish? Okay, let me find one online.
Y'all done? All that noise? Is y'all did or is y'all done?
Wait,
Is
where
y'all
does this
finished
go?
Or is y'all done? Ooh, it smells so much fresher.
Oh, we already learned about this.
Y'all was smelling like the kids upstairs. Smelling like them.
Mommy, we can hear you.
Oh. There we go. Alright. You guys want to take a nap or you guys want your bed?
Get back.
You got some little pee pads. Y'all ain't making me work a little too hard.
Turn. Renee, where did this part go?
What?
Where did this part go? I guess this part goes in the leg. This part. Get back over here. Goes right there. This part. I mean, if this is a stand. Oh, I think I'm supposed to. And then recenter it. What the heck? Okay, last point. Yes.
Delilah, is there something you can be helped with? Aside from minding your own business? Or do you go ahead and mama?
Oh. Oopsies. But how do I? Okay, I know. So, mommy.
Yeah.
Daddy has to go to the barber shop for me, right?
Yes, Daddy said he was going to take care of your hair, and I'm taking care of Monet's hair. Whatever you want
But
done to your hair, you talk to Daddy about, because he said he was going to take care of it.
me and they
I'm
want.
taking care of Momo's.
But
Not going to do both.
me and they were fun to like get them done at the same time. In the.
I don't mind taking you guys, but I'm not going to pay for both.
Okay. Let's go on the female. How do I set this up again? Oh, yeah, like that. Oopsies. Ant mode. Boom. Boom. Look, Bob, I'm in the female.
Oh, I'm looking.
Oh, that's perfect. Actually, more.
What's the
No.
rest of her body?
They don't have that.
Just going in and out. That's fine.
Because it's basically the same as male. Only except for this one. One. Woo. She doesn't have organs. Oh wait, yes she does. Have a nervous system. Ooh. Blood. Nervous system. Oh. Sorry.
Oh, no biggie.
Brain. Oh, yeah. Time to press hard. Ooh.
Monet, can you go get me a granola bar?
Okay.
Wait, you guys have... No, y'all have... Yeah, I'll take a granola bar. Thank you.
Okay. Look, Mom, I'm about to go to the females. Watch. Look. Mommy.
I'm looking.
And look. I can erase stuff.
Oh.
And then watch.
Sit.
I can add the meats. And
Oh, you can add layers and take away layers?
No.
yeah, and the nervous system. And the veins. And the arteries. And she only had one part of the gush.
Daddy, can I play your piano? Yeah, when is it gonna be my turn? Okay, my turn. Annie.
Okay. Here you go.
Hey, there it goes. I'll go do that. Oh, why are you dirty, Delilah?
She's not.
Her face, scraggly.
It just makes her cuter.
Hey, Delilah's scraggly. Ugly long legs, Delilah.
Don't call her that.
Scraggly, ugly, long legs, Delilah.
Okay, I don't want you rubbing my dog.
No, just say that.
That's what I thought. Why is everything so big?
I'm in Amos.
Thanos? Thanos, go upstairs. Thanos, go.
Thanos, come. Come, Thanos.
Go.
Come.
Go.
Now. Go, Thanos.
Is Delilah coming down?
You tell Delilah. Upstairs. Go upstairs. Go upstairs, Thanos. Go upstairs. Good girl, Delilah. Good boy, Thanos. Go. Go. Go upstairs. Go upstairs, Thanos. Go upstairs, Thanos. Thanos, go upstairs. Go upstairs, Thanos. Thanos, upstairs. Upstairs, Thanos. Good boy. What?
Get out of that. No. No. Woo. Woo, I can't see.
Get out.
I'm trying.
Leave.
Yeah.
Take that off. Press,
How do I take this part?
press square.
Thank you.
Square.
I did.
Oh.
How do I keep it there?
Oh, double tap.
Double tap what?
Or X, maybe. Or do double tap stuff.
It's fine.
Double tap. Oh, double tap is the trigger. I was going to say.
Put that behind me.
It's just going to bother you, you know. I think. Yes, because it's behind you.
Good. Oops. Dang it.
What the heck is that?
Ooh.
Where you in?
Kind of reminds me of Brandon. Anyway.
Yeah, tall. Well,
Thick.
oh yeah, he's kind of has a me on his face.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about that.
What are you talking about? Well, listen up.
Why does mom need to listen up?
Just to see what you're talking about.
No, it's not for mom, so.
Who's it for?
That doesn't matter right now.
Yeah, tell the human one. He's kind of ugly, so.
He is ugly. What do you mean, psych? So, what do you mean, psych?
There's a whole ball around. Ah! Oh, you put
I
it
can't see.
on the veins?
I can't see, bro.
Because you have that. Press the square, press square.
Okay.
Wait. You can't move it now. Get out of this.
Come, Delilah. Please send Delilah back up.
Delilah, go upstairs. Go, Delilah.
Understand.
Oh no, she knows what goes upstairs means.
She understands go upstairs, but she doesn't understand she's not supposed to come in.
Oh.
What? She got a lesson.
Well, how is she supposed to listen? I was finna say, dumb. Dumb as freaking rocks. Are you not being dumb as rocks right now?
No, you
Yes, you are. Give me that. Yes, sir. This is hand. Wait, this hand. Right there. What's next? Come on. Give me all.
Last one over there.